Okay, today we're going to make graphs from our Berlin's weather project. You know, we recorded 10 days worth of weather for 5 different Berlins in 5 different states. So now we're going to create a graphic to display this weather information. Okay, so the first graph we're going to do is a column chart. And if you remember the steps, we're just going to go through the same exact steps that we had before. Okay, so here's my data. My first state is New York. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to select date and temperature from my data. Now, if your data isn't arranged by state like this, you want to take a few minutes and rearrange your spreadsheet. Follow the instructions on your handout that explains what you need to do first. Make sure you save as so you have a different name on your file so your original is still there. So step 1, get your data set. Step 2, select that data. And I've got this here for New York. Then I'm going to go to the Insert tab of the ribbon. Click Insert. Over here in the center are the charts. The top one here is column. I'm going to choose 3D column right here. And there is my lovely chart. I make sure I've got the dates, April 9th through April 24th. Here's my temperature column. But notice my title is wrong. Okay, it says temperature. What we want our titles to be are the states. Oops. Okay, so now that graph is complete. Now that was a little quick, so I'm going to repeat this one more time for Pennsylvania, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so again, I've arranged my data. I select date and temperatures. I go to the Insert tab in the ribbon, over to the middle to column chart. I'm selecting 3D column. You can choose any of these, although I would stay away from these stacked ones. It doesn't show the data the same way. So try to pick like something from this first column here. That's up to you. Okay, so again, 3D column. There we go. And again, in this one, everything is okay except the title. You just click in that text box. You'll get the cursor, and you can change this. Okay, so we want our titles to be the states. Okay, you're going to complete that for all 5 of your states. So you're going to have 5 different column charts. Okay, then this is the part where you have to do a little bit of work. We're going to make 2 line charts, one to show the overall high temperatures for each state, the other showing the overall low temperatures. The process is the same, you just have to pick out the high temps for one graph and the low temps. Now, this makes us remember that in order to select non-adjacent data in Excel, we need to hold down the Command key on the Mac to select multiple cells. So I'm just going to go through and do that because, again, once we have our data, the next step is selecting that data. So the high temperature for New York for the period was 64 degrees. So I'm going to click on that, hold down Command, and click New York. And I'm going to slowly scroll down to Pennsylvania. Oh, the high temp here was 78. Select PA. I'll move down to South Carolina. I see an 82 down here. And again, I'm holding down Command the whole time I do this. And the next one is Texas. And I see a 74. And then I'm going to scroll down to Ohio. And they had a 75-degree day here. Okay, so once we have our data selected, we're going to go to Insert. We're going to select the line chart. I'm just going to choose the very first one here. Okay, and it graphs it. But this is not complete. Okay, now, if yours doesn't look like this, I have run into some issues where selecting the 2 columns, one with text and one with the number, has confused it, and it wouldn't work. So the easiest thing to do to fix that is to just select your numbers, end up with a graph like this, then change the individual parts. For instance, the title is just going to be high temp, but we need these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. Instead of being numbers, we need those to represent the states. So we do that by right-clicking on our graph, going to select data. what we need to do is the horizontal axis. That's this box right here. So we can click this little button to move the window for a minute. We're going to carefully scroll back up to the top. Again, holding down Command when we do this. Just going to click on each state near where my temperatures were. I had 5 temperatures, I'll do 5 states, and then I just hit the return key. That fills in this line, hit OK, and there is our graph complete with the states. So that one is now done, and we just repeat that process for the low temperatures. Okay, do your best, save, and send to the Dropbox when you're complete.